47 Nigerians naturalized as U.S. citizens in 4 years. Dino Melaye says ADC attracting senators, reps, ex-governors ahead of 2027. Oyedele explains how to calculate tax rates under new law. Nepal lifts social media ban after deadly youth protests. And on sports, estranged wife accuses Super Eagles goalkeeper of threat to her live children. Good day, this is Leadership TV News. I am Nefisat Abdurrahman. According to new Department of Homeland Security figures, nearly 48,000 Nigerians have become U.S. citizens in the past 4 years. The Naturalization's annual flow report shows that between 2019 and 2023, 47,819 Nigerians completed the process, making Nigeria the leading African source country. Despite pandemic disruptions, almost 9,000 Nigerians were naturalized in 2020. Numbers surged to over 10,900 in 2021 and peaked at over 14,000 in 2022 before dipping slightly in 2023. Nigerians accounted for 1.4% of the 341,000 Africans who naturalized in the period. DHS noted that Africans now comprise 11% of new U.S. citizens, the fastest growth of any region. Globally, Mexico led with more than 437,000 new citizens, followed by India, the Philippines, Cuba, and the Dominican Republic. Officials stress that naturalization is not automatic but requires lawful residency, background checks, English and civic tests, and an oath of allegiance. Former Kogi West Senator Dino Melaye says the African Democratic Congress is rising as a significant political force ahead of the 2027 elections. Speaking on Arise News, Melaye claimed the party had attracted defections from serving and former lawmakers and ex-governors. He said over 100 senators, nearly 400 House of Representative members, and dozens of governors have aligned with the ADC. Melaye insists that even former lawmakers remain influential, arguing that many serving legislators still defer to them in their constituencies. He declared that the ADC is prepared to unseat the All Progressive Congress and President Bola Tinubu in 2027. On recent by-elections in which the APC won several seats, Melaye dismissed the polls as fraudulent and vowed that Nigerians would defend their vote in 2027. He described the ADC as an opposition coalition strong enough to challenge the APC's dominance. Chairman of the Presidential Committee on Fiscal Policy and Tax Reforms, Taiwo Oyedele, says most Nigerians will pay less or none under the country's new tax laws. Speaking on Channels Television, he said a digital tax calculator is now available online to help individuals and businesses determine their tax obligations. According to him, 97 to 98% of Nigerians will either be exempt or pay lower taxes when the reforms take effect. Low-income earners making 100,000 naira or less monthly will be exempt from personal income tax. The middle class will see reduced deductions, while high-income earners will pay slightly more. For businesses, the corporate tax exemption threshold has been raised from 25 million naira to 100 million naira in annual turnover. Oyedele added that the reforms also aim to reduce Nigeria's more than 60 taxes to fewer than 10, creating what he called a simpler, fairer, single-digit tax system. He stressed that no new taxes are being introduced, only harmonization to improve transparency and ease of doing business. Nepal has lifted its ban on social media platforms after violent protests that left at least 19 people dead and hundreds injured. The government blocked Facebook, YouTube, X, and more than 20 other platforms last week, saying they were unregistered. However, the decision triggered widespread outrage, particularly among young Nepalese who rely on digital platforms for communication and businesses. On Monday, thousands of young protesters defied restrictions in Kathmandu and other cities, clashing with police in some of the deadliest unrest in years. 17 people were killed in the capital, while 2 others died in Sansari district. Around 400 were injured, including more than 100 police officers. Prime Minister KP Sharma Oli expressed sorrow over the death after an emergency cabinet meeting where the Interior Minister resigned. He said the government was not in favor of stopping social media use and ordered an investigation into the violence. On the sports scene, Tosin Olorunleke Ojo, estranged wife of Super Eagles goalkeeper Olorunleke Ojo, has accused him and his alleged lover, Precious Daniels, of endangering her life and that of her children. In a lengthy Facebook post on Monday, Tosin alleged that since early 2024, her husband's relationship with Daniels has caused her emotional and physical distress. She claimed Olorunleke moved in with Daniels after the African Cup of Nations and has been pressuring her with divorce and DNA demands. She further alleged that her husband's visit to their home often leave her and the children sick, sometimes requiring hospital treatment. Tosin accused Olorunleke of breaking into her bedroom and repeatedly harassing her despite moving out to live with Daniels. If anything happens to me and my children, my family should hold my husband and Precious Daniels responsible, she declared, also alleging that Daniels supplied charms influencing her husband's actions. Tosin insisted she was not against her husband's moving on, but pleaded to be left alone and in peace. As of the time of this report, neither Olorunleke Ojo nor Daniels has responded to the allegations. Leadership TV reports that Ojo, who was part of the Nigeria squad at the 2024 AFCON in Côte d'Ivoire, currently plays as a goalkeeper for Enyimba International Football Club of Aba. And that's it on Leadership TV News. For more of our news stories, you can log on to our website on www.leadership.ng. I am Nefisat Abdurrahman. Many thanks for watching.
Be part of our brand. Leadership for God and country.